What's Carvana doing? What are its debt holders doing right now?
Well, Carvana has almost $6 billion of debt outstanding, and the holders of that debt have started to get worried that the company will not be able to repay all of it. And these holders include heavyweights in the debt world like Apollo, PIMCO, BlackRock. So they've banded together. They hold a majority of that debt, and they've banded together to make sure that Carvana can't pull any sort of new financing move that will prime them. In other words, that will take precedence, mean that they're subordinated in the stack of creditors to get repaid if anything liquidates.
And Eliza, based on your reporting, clearly there is at times some tension between investors and companies. But this is also a story about trust amongst the investors themselves. Is that right?
That's absolutely right. There has been a really significant trend in recent years of creditors, positioning themselves against each other in order to do the kind of maneuvers that I was referring to Carvana doing. So one holder of the debt will make a sweetheart deal with the company to provide them new financing on the condition that they can trump all the other creditors in the restructuring scenario. So in the condition that their debt will be senior to everyone else's.
So Eliza, this all for one for all thing, this is unusual when it comes to kind of restructuring, right? And I'm wondering if this is a template that we're going to start seeing next year as the environment becomes harder.
Right. It's a bit unusual, certainly in recent years when it's been so hard to find juicy yields that the investors have instead leaned towards trying to really grab it all for themselves in a move where they make the sweetheart deal with the company. But we absolutely might see more of this, especially as the credit markets turn and every company is becoming a little bit more wobbly. It seems like the investors are weighing the risk and reward of trying to get out ahead of all their peers or allying with their peers against the company.
And so what are you going to be watching closely in terms of where things go next for Carvana? Obviously, a lot of volatility in the markets surrounding the business just given all of these moves.
What I'm going to be looking at are the upcoming interest payments. Like I said, Carvana has relied on a lot of debt financing to fuel its expansion, and it has sizable payments coming up in the first half of next year. Now, if the company or even the creditors are deciding that a real wholesale restructuring needs to be done, they might want to do that before putting any more money out the door in the form of interest payments.